average velocity. Average velocity means that the total displacement divided by the time interval during which the displacement occurred. Like this, average velocity is equal to delta x over delta t is equal to x final minus x initial over t final minus t initial. And average velocity is equal to change in position over change in time. It's equal to displacement over time interval. In this case, velocity is not equal to speed. Average speed is distance traveled over time of travel. So it's not the same. It's not the same. So, and average velocity along a straight line. If the car moves following this track, here is start at this point and hit this and finish line. Finish line. Add t is equal to 1. Position is 90 meter and position at t is equal to 4. Position is meter. Okay. So in this case, average velocity is delta x over delta t. So average velocity is equal delta x over delta t, in this case, x2 minus x1 over t2 minus t1. In this case, minus 19 over 4 minus 1. In this case, meter per second. In this case, average velocity is like this, 86 meter per sec. Okay. And you're gonna, when we look at a graph and position and time graph, we're going to look at graphic interpretation of velocity. We will look at a position time graph, time graph. 2, 4, 6, 4, 8, 12, like this. In this case, in this graph, slope is equal time over position. Oh, sorry. Position. So this means that average velocity is equals delta x over delta t. So in this position and time graph, slope is equal to average velocity. And when we look at this graph and this graph. In this case, this is A line and B line, constant speed of motion. So in this case, B is faster than A is. B passes A in this 45 seconds. So, and moreover, we're gonna look at this position as a function of time. Any position and time graph. Time graph. One and this P2, T2, and T1, and this point is P1, X1, X1, X2. In this case, average velocity is equal to slope of between these 2 points. However, when we draw a tangent line at this point, which means that instantaneous velocity at this point, which means that, so if instantaneous velocity at particular point is the same with slope of this graph, which means that linear graph, which means linear graph. However, in this graph, it's not the same. And we're going to look at acceleration. Acceleration is the rate of change of velocity in a given time interval. So average acceleration is equal to delta V over delta T is equal to V final minus V initial over T final minus T initial. Average acceleration is equal to change in velocity over time required for change. This